the light and the dark, warp at the edges of each eye. My scales feel distant. I claw up into my thoughts. It's another day, yet I am extremely exhausted. How is it that I can feel both exhilarated and absolutely drained, as if gravity increased its pull throughout the night? Now, I etch, struggling to keep my eyes open, while my body feels as though it's peeling away from my ballooned soul. And the reason should be of no surprise. Naturally, I was awake most of last night, thinking about the possibility of venturing out on a mining expedition. I lay there in the dark with my eyes closed but my mind wide open. My muscles felt warm, and I thought they might shrink and twist around my bones. I had the sensation that my body was writhing, but I lay still as stone. I longed for comfort so that I could rest, but my conscience continued to transport me out into the deep, aboard a mining ship. It was quiet inside the cabin. There was movement, but not from anyone aboard. I could sense the steadfast motion of the massive whale propelling us into the far reaches of the sea. Somehow, I could also feel the pressure from the inconceivable amount of water pushing back as we went forward. Then there was a lurch, when the whale's tail would switch direction from up to down, and then a few seconds later, down to up. My thoughts echoed. Eventually, I slumbered, but not until hours later. After a bit of rest, however, my need for a new life has seemed to wane. My nerves have cooled. I felt so anxious before. Discussing my feelings with my father and Gravy must have sobered me. Like opening the valve on an overheated steam tank, it was a release. A slow release. I can hear it. Pshh. Not surprisingly, my father has not discussed the possibility of me going on a mining expedition since Gravy introduced the concept to us yesterday. We spent the entire day together, and he said not a word about it. Maybe he hopes I will forget the idea, because I doubt he would let me follow through. While out fishing today, I did notice one mining whale head out to sea, when I usually don't give such ships much attention. They seem to move slower than the sun sets, probably because they are so big. The whale shone white with a green tint as some shafts of sunlight splashed upon its back and the cabin mounted on its spine. It seemed to hang in the green for an hour, with its flute slowly pumping up and down, eventually fading behind the murky blue and green curtain of the deep. The ship's slow progress lent plenty of time to beckon me aboard it, but I didn't answer its calling. It still felt too far away. It would be nice to try something new. However, while out on a long voyage, I would miss my father and Vanku too much. It may seem strange to miss a whale so much, but Vanku and I are uniquely close. So close that when we fish, we know each other's thoughts. I rarely need to give him any directions. We function as one. When you fish together every day of your life for so many years, certain connections form, I guess. I really don't know what I would do with him, or rather, what he would do if I left. It's not as if I can sell him. He's not a tool I can deal out to a fellow fisherman, or a friend I could bid farewell until life calls us back. Vanku and I are partners with a mutual bond. He is able to keep some of the fish we catch for his family, while my father and I trade out the rest we don't eat. He might as well be human. If he wanted to do so, he could just not show up to fish one morning, and that would be it. I would be out of a job. But like me, his family's legacy is that of fishing, in his case, with men. So here I am, a fisherman still, and a tired one at that. My thoughts consume my strength, and my hand grows weak. The black seeps in. I sink into the deep.